Now usually, I try to make videos that inspire you to travel or chase your dreams, and I'd much rather you watch those. But I do realize that a lot of times chasing your dreams end up becoming a business. So I thought I'd lend a helping hand, or two.
Hey guys, now we're going to talk about the current ratio. So before we spoke about net working capital, and personally, my opinion, I prefer, if I'm going to compare the two, to just look at my net working capital. It's easier for me to visualize, and I know exactly what it is I'm working with, but ratios also do a good job of giving you an idea. So we've gone over how you're supposed to interpret ratios. This is our first practice of it. So net working capital, again, a personal favorite of mine, is just current assets minus current liabilities. But the ratio, we're going to do a little bit of math. Is it easier? Is it more difficult? No, I think it's on the same plane. So before it was current assets minus current liabilities. Now it's going to be current assets over current liabilities. So let's take an example. Any company. Let's say it's from the very first, well, I don't know if it's the first video, but our M&M shop. One of the first videos that we made. And in our M&M shop, we were just selling M&M merchandise. So let's say we own, well, not own, I apologize. Own is our equity, that we have assets that we can or may liquidate within the year in our M&M merchandise store worth $50,000. I'm trying to keep the numbers very clean here. Otherwise, for my M&M merchandise store, we would have current assets of billions and billions of dollars because he's the best rapper ever. But all right, so what do we owe? All right, because we can be using our own money that we've worked hard for as a company to pay for things, or we can use borrowed money, and we've explained leverage and why you may want to consider using borrowed money to run the business. Let's say, since we are such a stable company, we're very disciplined, okay? So we maintain a current ratio of 2-to-1. So that would just be, we owe money due within the year. It's $25,000. I think that's reasonable. Yeah, 2-to-1 is usually a pretty decent standard for most companies. Again, it's going to depend on your industry. All right, don't get too hung up on standards. Don't lose sleep over, oh, is it higher than this or less than this? No, think intuitively. What does it mean to you? How do you feel about it? We're business owners here. We're 50-50 on an M&M merchandise shop, and within the year, $25,000 is due, and we have things that we may liquidate within the year for about $50,000. And this has nothing to do with our net income. It's just the things we have right now. So this is going to math, do your thing. It's 2-to-1. So we're looking at 2-to-1. All right, so for every dollar we owe that's due this year, we have $2, you can just say, to keep it simple for yourself, that we may sell or liquidate. We have $2 worth of things we can sell, or $2 that we are able to retrieve as a result of liquidating those things we have. And this is healthy. I like it. I mean, we just want to know where we stand right now, so we look at our current ratio. If we decided that we wanted to borrow some more money, yeah, we have some wiggle room here. Very, very similar to net working capital. All right? But you just want to look at it in a ratio form. So this is how you would do it. Your current ratio. Where do we stand currently with our assets and our liabilities? This is the formula. Current assets over current liabilities. And it's just one of those liquidity ratios. Right? Before you borrow some money, banks especially, lenders, they want to know, are you drowning underwater? Is the bottom bigger than the top? Because if this was flipped, if this was 1-to-2, everyone's saying no to us. Okay? No one in their right mind, especially since we're talking about current ratio, they're not going to want to take the risk. Well, you may find someone that really loves us and that loves M&M that may want to take that risk. So just so you can visualize, it would be $25,000 that we have and can liquidate within the year over $50,000. In case it was a bad decision for anyone to lend us money, I just want you to see what the numbers would look like. So current assets over current liabilities, it would be 1/2. And we're just drowning here. All right, but feel it, all right? You don't have to look at a textbook. Just understand what's going on. Do you really want to owe $2 in your personal life right now, for every dollar that you have, this you believe right now that this is what's going, like, all I can do is sell this one thing and I'm going to get $1 for it, but I owe $2. Does that make you feel comfortable? Personalize the story, okay? Ratios allow you to simplify what's going on. They break down the information very, very simply for you so you can start processing it. Do you have a lot of stuff that you could turn into cash compared to not a lot of stuff, not a lot of money that you owe? Or do you have too little stuff that you can liquidate and way too much money that you owe this year? That's all your current ratio is looking at. All right, so more ratios are coming, but again, personally, I prefer net working capital because I kind of just like to see the difference in front of me. But if you want to, smoke a cigar and think really critically about some ratios, this is not a bad one to start with.
Thank you so much for watching. Turning a dream into a reality usually ends up becoming your business. That is why we have the Helping Hands videos. Subscribe, like, and feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Fans of Kindness, our Facebook page, is also waiting for you. See you in the next video. Until then, be your best and never stop learning.